Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we have a super exciting video for you all. We're going to be counting down the top 10 Tom Hardy movies of all time. Now, if you're a fan of this incredibly talented actor like we are, then you're definitely going to want to stick around for this one. Starting off our list at number 10 is Lawless. In the movie, Lawless, from 2012, Tom Hardy, who's not really known for his fancy clothes, rocks some pretty rugged knitwear. He plays Forrest Bondurant, a guy making and selling illegal booze during the Prohibition era in Virginia. You'll notice his sweater looks like it's seen better days. It could use a good wash. Forrest has two brothers, Howard, played by Jason Clarke, and Jack, played by Shia LaBeouf. Jack's a bit of a nervous wreck, and Howard's the tough guy of the trio. But it's Tom Hardy's character, Forrest, who steals the show with his slow and cool demeanor. He adds some much-needed weight to the film, which is all about crime, violence, and life during a pretty crazy time in American history.
Trying to shake me down, Henry.
I'm just a messenger here, Forrest.
Coming in at number 9 is Locke. Locke has to be one of the best and most prestigious roles that Tom Hardy has on his roster of impressive characters, simply because he is the only person we see on screen the entire time. It's a very stressful film, but also slightly mundane as Locke, our main character, drives an hour and a half to be with the woman he slept with 9 months ago, to welcome his third child into the world, although the conception was an affair, and he seemingly has no real feelings for the woman, Bethan. While driving, more of Locke's complicated life comes to light to the audience as he gets several phone calls, not only from his wife, but his sons and his boss as well. Hardy shows off his acting skills in a major way in this film, because he has the audience's focus the entire time, his facial expressions and tone really carrying the film.
Eddie, it's your dad. Is your mother there?
No, she's not back from the shops yet.
Next up at number 8 is Legend. Playing twins is a test for any actor, and Hardy tackles it with gusto in this dual role that he was surely born to play. Reggie and Ronnie Cray, the hideous Cockney siblings who ruled East End gangland in the 1960s. Reggie is the supposedly more rational one, although without glasses, and Ronnie is barking mad, with glasses, and a tiny bit more weight. Hardy's Ronnie has a perpetual pop-eyed stare of psychopathic disapproval, insisting on his own gayness in a growling voice, like a scary Tommy Cooper. Reggie, in all his comparative normality, is closer to being the film's romantic lead.
Salud, come to Philadelphia. She a nice girl. We'll get her for you.
I prefer boys.
At number 7, we have Bronson. Many Hardy connoisseurs believe that it was this film, from the Danish provocateur Nicholas Winding Refn, that really propelled the actor into the big league. Crucially, he gained 100 pounds, which meant he had a new Russell Crowe-type beefiness and solidity to play the notorious British prisoner Charles Bronson, a self-given name, having been born Michael Peterson, a lifer whose bizarre delusions and propensity for violence in jail has kept him banged up for the past 3 decades. Bronson addresses the audience directly, like a droll and dapper music hall turn. It's a strange film, but a strong performance from Hardy.
What, Daddy?
You shouldn't mess around with boys who are bigger than you.
Moving on to number 6, we have Dunkirk. This is just a returning cameo, but what a cameo and what a film, from a director who gave Hardy some of his best roles. The scene is the victory from defeat miracle of Dunkirk, when thousands of stranded British soldiers were rescued from the beaches of northern France with the aid of a plucky flotilla of small boats. Hardy plays Ferrier, the lone RAF pilot who engages the enemy overhead at almost suicidal risk, It's a role supercharged with significance considering how much the RAF was resented for a perceived failure to provide sufficient air cover during the evacuation.
For this leader, one bandit down.
Coming in at number 5 is The Revenant. This was probably the most purely and successfully villainous role of Hardy's career, although he might as easily have been cast in the lead. Leonardo DiCaprio plays the real-life 19th-century frontiersman Hugh Glass, who was part of an expeditionary force to establish a fur-trapping base in Missouri. Hardy's John Fitzgerald is one of the shifty men working alongside him, who abandons Glass to his doom after the group is set upon by a warrior tribe, and later claims extra pay for having supposedly given him a Christian burial. But Glass is still alive, survives against terrible odds, and comes for payback. In a way, Hardy is there to embody all that DiCaprio's character is fighting against. He has to be a worthy alpha adversary, not simply mean and duplicitous. His gloweringly malign presence bookends the movie at the beginning and end. We are heading for a mighty confrontation.
I'll tell you why. It's because you ain't a man yet. All right? It's because you were scared shitless. You're scared now. And put your rifle down.
At number 4, we have Inception. In Nolan's dizzyingly high-tech, high-concept cerebral thriller, Hardy plays one of a crew run by Cobb, Leonardo DiCaprio, an industrial espionage hacker whose speciality is to invade people's subconscious in order to steal their commercially sensitive secrets. Or, in this case, to mastermind the implanting, or inception, of an idea that will break up a business empire. Hardy is Cobb's man Eames, whose speciality is shape-shifting identity theft, a skill that is very helpful in manipulating the enemy. It's a posher, smoother and more sinuous role than we have come to expect from Hardy, and Nolan's film brings out all the actor's latent style and menace.
He's good at what he does, right?
Oh, he's the best. He has no imagination.
Next up at number 3 is The Dark Knight Rises. This was another of the heavy hitter roles that put Hardy on the map in a big way. In the third and final of Nolan's Dark Knight movies, Hardy plays the mighty and merciless Bane, who squares off with Batman. Bane is a man masked with a heavy leather respirator to hide an awful disfigurement, and he is the leader of an underground army of the disaffected. Most perplexingly, he speaks rather indistinctly through his mask, and you often have to concentrate very hard to work out what he is saying. He sounds like Darth Vader shouting, while playing the bass accordion through a Harley-Davidson exhaust pipe. But Hardy never gives it less than 100%.
You're a small fortune.
This gives you power over me?
What is it?
At number 2, we have Warrior. In this very emotional and intense sports movie, on-screen brothers Tom Hardy and Joel Edgerton will have you caring about mixed martial arts more than ever before as the film progresses. Two estranged brothers that come from two different worlds, one from the Marines and the other a family man who struggles to make ends meet, both sign up for an MMA tournament that promises the winner $5 million. It's a very real display of sibling rivalry and unhealed trauma that leads this great film. Hardy and Edgerton have the perfect amount of chemistry as they battle it out in the arena.
You're full of shit.
And finally, coming in at number 1 is Mad Max Fury Road. For the majority of his fanbase, this is probably the key Hardy movie, George Miller's widely adored reboot of his Mad Max franchise. A bizarre convoy chase action fantasia in the post-apocalyptic Australian desert, where a warlord controls oil, water, bullets, and milk. Hardy plays the taciturn Max Rokitansky, approximately the character played by Mel Gibson in the original, a former interceptor lawman, and now a lone wolf, tormented by memories of the wife and child he couldn't save. He is captured by a hateful chieftain and taken to his stronghold, from which he escapes in the company of the charismatic Charlize Theron. She is to lead a feminist fight back against the misogynist tyranny that keeps the women oppressed, like farm animals, and she is to make common cause with Max. It is almost a silent movie role for Hardy, but his potent, bullish, violent presence and fierce face, rugged, yet essentially full-lipped, make him a living cartoon of rage in the desert sun.
I suggest we go back the same way we came. Through the canyon.
Well, there you have it, our list of the top 10 Tom Hardy movies. We hope you enjoyed this video as much as we enjoyed making it. Let us know in the comments which of these movies is your favorite. And don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.